just get things rolling even a little bit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've been out here all day, well, a lot of the day. This one's probably gonna be, like, quite a short video. I am trying to get home. Not that I'm not gonna put effort into it, but, bro, you can see the sun is setting, it's getting late. We're in summer, remember how late the sun sets in summer anyway? Just get things rolling even a little bit. A concept that I struggle with for the longest because being someone who dreams so big, it feels like every task carries a world of weight, and momentum, and it just all feels so big that it's like you're just trying to make the biggest moves right away so that you can get there the fastest, because that's how that works, right? And so for so long, I just sat around and wasted time when I could have been doing little tasks because I was just waiting to try to do the big hitters and do everything instantly so I could get there as quick as possible. And in trying to do that and get there as quick as possible, I actually delayed by a long time my arrival time, right? Because I just didn't really want to do any of the little nitty gritty. I just wanted to do, like I said, do the big decisions. And I kind of realize now that after struggling with motivation for so long and feeling like this was just impossible to go and do, and I'm not just saying this isn't like the videos, I mean just like going to get my dreams and shit. Uh I now realize that if you're like if you don't if you're missing that motivation in the moment, and shit just isn't feeling good. Hold on, let me angle that down a bit. Just so I can move over here. If you're in that moment just kind of feeling like, and I don't have my hands on my balls by the way. I'm lying. I do. Anyway, if you're kind of struggling with that motivation to where it's like, bro, I have so much to do. I've got to. There's these big tasks, and everything just seems so big and impossible to do, and all of that. Just start with the little tasks to get things rolling. Because if you just sit and ponder all day and procrastinate because everything seems so massive, um, then you're not really going to go anywhere. And now I can tell you this firsthand from experience because I did this too much, did it for far too long. Um, so this is a kind of a note to self too, and just a quick note for you. Let's go do it together, right? Let's go do it together. Let's just get things rolling. Do a small task, even if, like I say, for example, I'll just use it because a lot of people trying to do online business nowadays. um, if you're trying to set up that business and you're thinking, shit, bro, I gotta set up the page, I gotta find the product, I gotta, do all these things, I gotta register it, I gotta create the funnels, and I gotta make all this money, and just it all seems like really big and daunting at first. Just create that creative, bro. Create like a poster. Create one creative. Just start drawing it up or get on Canva and just kind of fuck around with some shit. And just spend couple minutes or whatever you need to, just kind of creating a poster or something that you like and that you look at and think, "Oh, I would, if I saw this, that would entice me to buy." And even if it doesn't do that, even if it's like bad, even if you do a little task and get things rolling and it goes bad, at least you now feel in the swing of kind of getting things moving and like in the swing of like kind of like I say, just getting the ball rolling. Because for so long, I failed at this to where, like I said, I just wanted to make the biggest decisions, um, and so I didn't make any decisions at all because I was waiting for an opportunity or something to do the biggest decisions, but the biggest decisions come from compiling the little ones. Let's see, let me give you a dookie ass analogy, literally, a dung beetle, right? They pushing shit around all day. They start with a little ass fucking dookie, and they push it and push it and push it, and they keep pushing that dookie. And after a little while, you have a big ass dookie, right? Ain't that some shit? Literally. Anyway, like I say, it's just like that in life, right? You pile up your little tasks, and then all these opportunities. Like I say, I can't just hit up, I can't just reach a big fucking artist that I want to work with out of nowhere when they got millions of followers and they world famous. I can't just reach them. I can try. I can send a DM and you never know, but most likely it's not gonna go. So don't use that as your main plan. But I can't just DM like a big artist out of nowhere when I've got no following, never had any industry like success or anything. I'm just like a bedroom producer at this point and say, check this out. Can we make a song? Most likely they're not going to see it. If they do, they might check it out, but they might not even. Which what I got to do is keep popping my shit over the course of like a while, months or years, keep popping my shit and working and getting kind of doing little accomplishments and tasks to where you now get that credibility and you can now reach them and then it can become true, right? And it's not just, I'm not talking just like reward systems like that. I'm just talking about do like the little thing, even if it's irrelevant, even if you wake up and there's something you want to work on today, but you kind of feel like, you just kind of don't feel like doing it, or you don't feel in the swing, you don't have the motivation, even if you do want to do it, but you don't just have the motivation, you're just not really feeling in like a doer mood today. Literally just go do some tasks around the house, mindless ones that you won't even think about. Because usually, right? So if you're trying to accomplish something huge, those problems and the tasks that relate to that seem so insanely big because that's part of the big picture. That like if you're trying to accomplish, like I say, we'll go back to the online business one. If you're trying to accomplish like the $1 million, like hit the $1 million mark in revenue. Seems so big and all the tasks you got to do and all that shit seems impossible. A mindless task unrelated is going to hoover the I don't know, your bedroom or something, or hoover the stairs, um or tidy your room, some shit like that. And it's like that's that's so unrelated to like this dream and this big picture and the big tasks that you don't even consider it a task as much. It's kind of just like something to do. And so you'll probably go do that at a lot less kind of effort and what feels like expense than doing like some little task to do with the business. But then once you actually do that thing and you go hoover your room and you think, damn, this shit's looking nice. And actually I was just productive and I just changed some shit. I made some shit. Now you're feeling in a productive mood. And now you're feeling like you do want to go do that little business task. And when you do the little business task, you want to do a little more, And then once you do a little more, and then you know what I'm saying? Like the big shit pile up. And that's just how it is. So with that being said, let me refer to my my main message. Just get things rolling even a little bit. Like I say, that's the whole premise. Just get things rolling. A task doesn't have to be related. It can seem insignificant, but just anything. Fill your time instead of just kind of not wanting to do anything or thinking how big it is, procrastinating in any way. Just do like a little task somewhere and it'll just get you in the mood of feeling better and feeling like, oh, I did just do something productive. I did change. And then, your mind switches and you're just ready to go lock in. Anyway, with that being said, subscribe if you like what I do. If you want to come chill with me a couple times a week. I upload 3 times a week, Monday, Thursday, Saturday. If you want to come chill with me, like I say, subscribe. And it's no commitment. It's completely free. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. Music, if you're a viewer, check it out if you want. I got some cool shit. Sync agents and music supervisors. You definitely need to go check it out. I'm urging you to. I'm literally asking you to, because there is like so much, like I say, we both win if we land a placement, right? If I land a placement and you help with that, we both win. So go do that shit, because I can promise you there's some multi-million-dollar material in there. There's some great shit. I might not be like hyped enough to big it up. I promise you. Look, let the music go speak for itself. If you want to help, this is the viewers and just anyone, if you want to help me out, just buy my music. I got my albums for sale. That'll be in the pinned comment, my music site. I got my albums for sale for $1. That's the lowest I could put them. Um, However, if you want to pay more, you can. That's just to help your boy out. Don't have to. You're not obliged to. You don't owe me anything. That's just if you want to help out. You got some spare cash. Anyway, with that being said, I got a couple more videos to do, like 1 or 2. I will see you guys in them. Head over there.